Hello everyone and welcome to another brand new video. Now today we finally got our announcement trailer for Motogp 23 and today's video was actually going to be slightly different until about 10 o'clock this morning when Milestone announced their full announcement trailer, announced the game in full, pretty much was everything that's coming. But late last night I was sent a link and was browsing through it and pretty much it was a full leak of what we've gotten today about 10-11 last night I think it was. So today's video, if the trailer wasn't going to come, was breaking down all the information we got, but we actually end up getting a full release and the announcement trailer and all that. So pretty much everything that we found out last night that I shared on my own Discord, I'll link it in the description of my Discord if you want to join. A lot of stuff that I see that I don't have time to put into video format, I'll just throw in there and you get a lot more up-to-date information. But pretty much everything that was leaked last night turned out to be true and is in today's content. You will see quite a few new things for the game. We're going to watch through the trailer and I'm going to stop it as we go. Now I have it muted and I will link it in the description if you want to watch it. There's a bit of commentary over this and there's a bit of chatting back and forth. But from what I can see this year, there is a completely new career mode to some extent where there's a big social media aspect. This is the rookie, which will be your players. He's here. Rookie is a custom rider. Just shows him climbing the ranks and getting up to speed. Pecco's the champion, obviously. Shows a variety of tracks, bikes, the new riders and stuff like that with different tracks. So far you see all these. Now I'm going to just go back as I pause at a terrible time. You can just see Pecco, the kid, which is presumably this guy since number 8. And like it's pretty much like the old Motogp 13 where you could kind of react nicely, and I don't know how much control you'll have over this, because in previous iterations of Milestone games, not only Motogp, a lot of this was automated. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a lot of control over this. You see a lot of headlights, again very much like Motogp 13, a bit more in depth probably and a bit more enjoyable, I'd say. The fact that it's nearly 10 years later, you can see you have team managers, they're keeping reports. Now this, I'm going to go back to this shot here, as if you just pause it, even when I pause it looks terrible, but the shots of the skies, I keep fucking getting it wrong. To me, this looks incredible. Now I know it's clouds and rain, but the whole overall track looks really good. And that's one thing in this little video clip here. The raindrops and the buildings. Now, I wonder, is this being shot in Unreal Engine 5? Because this looks so good. Now, the gameplay of the bike stuff don't look too different. And everything else looks pretty much standard. But the actual background of everything looks so good. I wonder, is it shot, even the trailers are just shot in Unreal Engine 5, or is there some sort of processing going on to make it look good? Because it really looks good. And a lot of you know I love a good background where like there's a lot of trees and the buildings look good and stuff. But I'm going to just rewind it here because I've been talking over it. This year we're getting it. I don't know how, I think it's probably about 8 years people have been wanting flag to flag races and we're finally getting them. Now I knew about this previously. I'd found out from a esports writer that it was coming, and I think I already said it in a previous in my own Discord and stuff like that, but not a surprise to me, but a good feature to come. Now the thing is with these races, it will get very annoying if they happen like every 3 rounds. I can count nearly on one hand in the last 10 years how many half and half races, the flag to flag races where riders come in, pit onto a different tyre and go back out. It's not very often. It's either full dry, full wet, and then you get the odd race here and there that gets the half and half. So it's better, it's in the game, it's more realistic and stuff like that. Again, you see these new graphics. Again, I must say the tracks look quite well. I don't know if they've got a visual upgrade or not. It's very hard from a trailer. You can see at the end here, 8 of the 6, 2023. Now, I'm going to keep playing this in repeat and background. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I have seen elsewhere that I haven't been able to, that haven't been kind of announced in this. And there's a lot of articles out there that have a lot of information that I'm going to link down below. You can read them if you want yourself. They're quite word heavy, and a lot of it's just kind of bullshit garbage. They're just making up kind of the bigging up the sport. You can be the most acclaimed Motogp champion, stuff that like it's like you're talking about, none's coming out. So a new career to discover is what they're saying. Pretty much the only thing, so pay attention to the new in-game virtual social media platform. That's kind of what I can see is the only new thing, is that there's some sort of social media platform. And just like real life, crucial moments can suddenly boost your career. So I'd imagine if you beat your rival, big turning point. and you can get big shortcut moves through the faster classes and stuff like that. So it looks like you can still move up mid-season. Trills, a lot of this stuff that I'm reading here that you won't see is kind of just like repeating, like, oh, the game has this and the game has that, it's amazing and all this, but there's a couple of things I picked out. Finally, the new ranked races will let you take on other players with your same skill level and go head to head with the most enjoyable and intense challenging duels. Now, that must mean there's some sort of ranking to the online system, which is pretty good. You can now share your creations from D1 thanks to Crossplay Pleature. So all your helmets and stuff you make, you can share Crossplay. Now, I've yet been confirmed whether on Crossplay they have confirmed if it's PS4 to PS5, is it PS5 to Xbox, or is it even Steam included, or the Switch for that matter. But for now, I do believe it's only PlayStation and Xbox, so basically the consoles are getting cross-platform. I don't think Steam has it, which was a really bad thing for GP22. If you remember back, there wasn't a lot of people playing online, and I think the fact that we couldn't connect to the Sony and Microsoft consoles really affected us. But so far, it's better than I expected. I don't want to go on too long on this because there's not a whole lot of information out there yet. But it's to be fair, they've listened to us. It's been asked for a long time to have the flag to flag races. For many years, it was apparently they couldn't have it in. It just wasn't like feasible in the game. For now, it is, and it looks to be a cool little feature. I've also seen that there is a little bit more to come yet that they're going to be teasing as we go. I'm in the GB Bikes Discord, and the admin in that was kind of not leaking, but kind of dropping hints here and there. So I do expect to hear more in the coming weeks and months. Of course, it is the 8th of June, so going into April tomorrow, next couple of days. Mid-June, you're talking 12, 13 weeks until release, so we're still quite a bit out yet. But I just want to talk about the release date. It's the first time in a long time they've gone back to June for the release date. I think GP 18-19 was when they started going April and earlier, and I believe it's hindered them. They have confirmed in their Discord that the GP class will have all the up-to-date bikes and liveries. Moto 2 and Moto 3 will come in an update. Moto E will again be updated. Now, they haven't mentioned Red Bull Rookies yet, but I presume, like always, that comes as a DLC later down the line as they kind of port it over and get that, as obviously isn't as important as your three main classes, and so it's not going to be in the game from day one. Not a huge issue for me, but still worth mentioning. So overall, that's pretty much it for now. I do expect to hear more from devs, and we're going to get, over the next 10-12 weeks, we're going to get drip fed more information on what's to come, even a bit of gameplay. Now, in the trailer, you might look at the gameplay, it doesn't look the same. I'd have a guess that you're probably watching Motogp 22 gameplay in terms of physics, and that they actually haven't even implemented it. There's no point trying to make the physics into in the new trailer, because, well, you're not playing it. It's going to be really hard to see it from the video, so why do that work for no benefit, if that makes sense? So I do imagine that if the physics look really like GP22, which from what I could see they do, I wouldn't really worry about that now, because they're not going to go and try and get this all looking perfect, as it is only initial release trailer. So I want to know your feedback. Let me know in the comments. Are you happy with what you've heard with today's video and the announcement of Motogp 23, the flag races, the new-ish career mode? I'm quite interested to see how new it is. Is it just last year's career mode with a new kind of news and social media system? I hope it's a bit more than that. I hope there is a bit more in depth, because as someone who plays a lot and uses it for content creation, I'd like a bit more in depth, a bit harder career mode, bit something to do off the track. So hopefully there's more to come, and we will find out in the coming weeks. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. If you have any questions about what we've learned today, let me know in the comments. I'll try and answer everyone as best I can. And yeah, just let me know your feedback and your opinions on what you've seen, whether you're hyped about it or whether you're kind of might give this one a skip. I'm really interested to see what the rest of the community thinks of today's announcement. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. Hope you have enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. See you soon. Bye bye.